Hey, how can you successfully negotiate your salary when changing careers? In this video, an excerpt from one of our live webinar events, Susan Clark, a career specialist at CareerFoundry, will share her expert knowledge on everything you need to know when making a career change and negotiating a new salary. If you're interested in live events like this and the topic of career change, check out the link in the description of this video to go through to our events portal and sign up for our free webinars and live events. As you're watching, if you have any questions for Susan around the topic of career change or the events themselves, please let us know in the comments and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Let's get started and dive straight into the webinar footage.
So now here comes the negotiation part. First, start by asking, can I negotiate this offer? Another thing is, besides the base pay, what are the other benefits that are negotiable? You can also ask about bonuses. This is actually what I did for one of my previous roles, is they didn't want to increase my salary, but they were happy to give me a bonus of if I reached my yearly objectives that the manager set. Also, how did you calculate this number? How they respond, this will give you an idea of if it's really a hard set number, like HR has determined this, the team has determined this, they're not going to budge on the number, or they'll tell you, oh, just on our research for market salaries, we've discovered this number. And then you may realize, oh, this sounds like it's more negotiable, and that's good. Another thing, what is the outlook for salary raises or promotions? Maybe they pay a little bit lower salaries, but they give raises every 6 months as standard practice. So if that's the case, you need to know about that. And also promotional opportunities often come with raises. So you need to know if that's a possibility in your future as well. And then a last one that's really interesting to mention is, what metrics do you use to evaluate the success of employees? It's going to help you a lot when you go back to the negotiation table a year or 2 years later, when you say, hey, this is the metric that you do use to evaluate employees, and I've reached all of these, and I've reached all of my objectives, and you're asking then for a raise. So this is always helpful for after the fact. So once you ask them about, these questions and getting more information, draft a script, prepare. That's one of the most important things, I think, is really preparing so that you're not stressed, you're very calm, you come across as competent, and that you've thought about this and you've done your homework. Why do you feel you deserve a higher salary? So the thing that you should really base this off of is results you've achieved in your previous roles. Focus and see what kind of results are like transferable skills that would be interesting to this next company. I know for UX, they really like if you're good at storytelling and if you're good at realizing the process of this, you can easily connect that as your history or background in publishing. You can easily connect this to the fact that you worked in content marketing and you were used to writing pieces and having structure to your work. So there are results that you can show that you've achieved in previous roles with other fields. Also, years of experience in the industry. This is most often used, obviously, when you're asking for a raise or if a salary negotiation for a new job when you've been in the industry for a little while. I know this is a little bit tough for some of you because you're saying, I'm just starting, I'm a career changer, how can I show this? For people in relevant positions, so if you're jumping from graphic design to UI, or you are jumping from something like UI to front-end development, you can easily show that you were kind of in the same industry, you were kind of in the same realm, and so you do have really close industry experience. And that way, if you're in those roles, you can then leverage this years of experience in the industry. Also focus on skills. And it's not always just about hard skills. It can also be about soft skills, because something we're discovering now is that there are a lot of people that are missing key soft skills such as communication or even teamwork. And so some of these can be really important depending on which roles you take. Also, skills can be in the form of tools, like we saw before. Adobe Illustrator is very highly viewed for UX designers. Maybe you have skills in Adobe Illustrator that you can focus on. So yes, maybe you don't have lots of experience, so you can't really leverage that one. But you can mention the CareerFoundry certification. You can mention if you did additional courses or focusing on different certifications you've got elsewhere. Another thing you can pull out, which I think is the most common and easiest for when you're a career changer, is the average market salary. So if you feel like you're being lowballed by a company because it's way lower than the average market salary for what is a similar role in a similar job description, you can bring that to the table. Obviously, don't come at them in an attacking way and say, you're way below market salary limits and these things, but come at it by saying, oh, well, from my research, I found that this is the average market salary. Can you tell me where you've gotten your information from? Or can you tell me how you decided what you've put together? And you don't have to use just one of these. Use as many of these as you can, because the more you have to back up and support what you're trying to say, the better. Another thing is really practice. Once you decide kind of how you want to structure and say what you want to say, backing up everything with your research, backing up everything with your skills and experience that you bring, and average market salaries and all of this, test what you've written out loud. Really speak it, say it out loud. You can do this either with a friend who can tell you, yeah, you look really weird saying that, or you don't look comfortable at all, or you look tense. Then you know, okay, I need to practice this some more. Or record yourself. Sit in front of your laptop, record yourself, say it, just like you would say it to the person. Make sure that when you record yourself, you're seeing how you act and how you react, and if you're really prepared enough to say this to a potential hiring manager. Most importantly, honestly, is you have to be confident. You really have to believe in yourself, and you have to know that you deserve what you're asking for. If you don't believe this and you don't take yourself seriously, they're not going to. You have to advocate for yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. Look at your skills in an unbiased way. Look at the average market salaries. Look and see how you relate to other people in the field. If they're getting paid that much, why shouldn't you get paid that much? Another thing I even mentioned for some people that even if you're the type of person that you don't really feel like advocating for yourself, advocate for others. If you're not asking for better pay, someone else is going to take lower pay, and we're going to continue with this cycle of paying people maybe not what they're worth. So keep in mind, you by asking for a fair salary for what you're worth in terms of skills is only fair, and it's putting employers on the right track of being fair and being on average with the rest of society. Another thing, flexibility is key. So even if they cannot pay you in salary, because some can't, maybe you're willing to do something else. So if it's someone that doesn't have a lot of money, a new company, you can ask for stocks if you want. Another thing, you can ask for more vacation time. You can ask for it to be written in your contract that you automatically get a raise after 6 months. You can also ask for different things and still be happy as well. Also, if you're unsure about the offer when you're negotiating, do not feel pressured to give them an answer right away. It's really normal to ask for 24 hours to think it over. It is really 100% okay. So make sure that quick to accept something that you're not sure if it's really good for you or if you would really be happy with it. Another thing, get your salary offer in writing. This is just great to cover yourself in case you're hired and the design team tells you one thing and then you come in and HR says, oh, no, that's not what we discussed. And the last thing, like I mentioned before, not all salary negotiations go well. Be prepared to walk away if your minimum is not met, because negotiation at the end of the day depends on the company. And if companies see your value, a lot of them are willing to pay. And they say, oh yeah, you're right. We're willing to pay because we want you. But not all companies see it like that. And they say, no, if she doesn't want to come and work here for this amount of money, we'll find someone else that is willing to work for this amount. So you have to decide what you're okay with, because the last thing you want to do is go through the job searching process again in 6 months because you're really unhappy with how much you're getting paid in your new role. So I see it as really is better to be unemployed just a little bit longer and really find a company that is going to pay you what you deserve and what you want, so that you can stay there way longer than 6 months.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video has been valuable to you. If you're interested in more live events and discussions like this, you can check the link in the description below. We have weekly free events over on our website. I'd love to know in the comments below what your main takeaways were from this event. Also, subscribe to the CareerFoundry YouTube channel. We have valuable content like this coming out every single week. Hit the bell to be notified when we have a new video out. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon.